Welcome to the Central School of English Stage 6 video series. In this video, we will learn how to use the present perfect simple tense and the present perfect continuous tense. We form the present perfect simple by using the verb have plus the past participle of a main verb. For example, using the main verb eat, we can say I have eaten, you have eaten, he has eaten, she has eaten, it has eaten, we have eaten, you have eaten, they have eaten. We should also remember English speakers often use contractions when speaking. We may also say I've eaten, you've eaten, he's eaten, she's eaten, it's eaten, we've eaten, you've eaten, they've eaten. To make a negative sentence, we use the negative form of the verb to have plus the past participle and say, I haven't eaten, you haven't eaten, he hasn't eaten, she hasn't eaten, it hasn't eaten, we haven't eaten, you haven't eaten, they haven't eaten. For questions, we also use the verb have plus the subject plus the past participle. We can say, have I eaten? Have you eaten? Has he eaten? Has she eaten? Has it eaten? Have we eaten? Have you eaten? Have they eaten? We use the present perfect tense when we are thinking of time before and up to the present. We can use the present perfect when we are speaking about actions that began in the past and are not finished. For example, Joe has lived in Dublin since 1993. This sentence means that Joe started to live in Dublin in 1993 and that Joe lives in Dublin today. The sentence, Sue has worked for a law firm for 3 years, means that Sue started to work for a law firm 3 years ago and Sue works for the same law firm today. The action of working for the law firm begins in the past and is not finished. In the sentence, the children have studied for 30 minutes. The children began studying 30 minutes ago, and the children are studying at the moment. The action of studying began in the past and is not finished. We also use the present perfect tense to speak about actions in the past that have a result or consequence in the present. For example, Linda can't come for a walk because she has broken her leg. We use the present perfect to speak about the action in the past. In this sentence, we use the present perfect to communicate that Linda has broken her leg. This action has a result in the present. The result is that now Linda cannot come for a walk. Here is a second example. John is very worried because he has lost his job. In this sentence, we use the present perfect to speak about the action in the past. In this sentence, we use the present perfect to communicate that John has lost his job. This action has a result in the present. The result is that now John is very worried. Let's look at another example. Mark has heard some bad news. He feels upset. In this sentence, we use the present perfect to speak about the action in the past. In this sentence, we use the present perfect to communicate that Mark has heard some bad news. This action has a result in the present. The result is that now Mark feels upset. We also use the present perfect tense in English to speak about our experiences. We can use this tense to speak about our travel experiences. For example, Lucy has travelled to many countries. We can also use the present perfect to speak about our work experiences. For example, John has worked for banks in Ireland and Germany. We can use the present perfect to speak about our food or drink experiences. For example, Sarah has eaten traditional Irish food. To make sentences using the present perfect continuous tense, we use the verb have plus been plus the present participle. Using the verb study, we can say, I have been studying. You have been studying. He has been studying. She has been studying. It has been studying. We have been studying. You have been studying. They have been studying. It is common to contract the subject and the verb have and say, I've been studying, you've been studying, he's been studying, she's been studying, it's been studying, we've been studying, you've been studying, they've been studying. We use the present perfect continuous tense to speak about actions that started in the past and continue up to the present time. We use this tense to emphasize the duration or length of the action. For example, in the sentence, I have been waiting at this bus stop for an hour. The speaker started to wait at the bus stop 1 hour ago. The speaker is waiting at the bus stop now. The speaker also wants to emphasize how long they have been waiting for the bus. In the second example, John has been studying at university for 6 years. In this sentence, John started to study at university 6 years ago. John is a student at university today. The speaker uses the present perfect continuous tense to emphasize how long John has attended university. The speaker wishes to emphasize 6 years. In the sentence, the students have been studying all day. In this sentence, the students started to study in the past. The students are studying at the moment. However, the speaker uses the present perfect continuous to emphasize all day. In this video, we have learned that to make the present perfect simple tense, we must use the verb to have plus the past participle. We also learned that we use the present perfect simple tense to speak about actions that started in the past and continue up to the present time, past actions with a result in the present, and to speak about our experiences. We learned that to make the present perfect continuous tense, we must use the verb to have plus been plus the present participle. We use the present continuous tense to speak about actions that started in the past and continue up to the present time. When we use the present perfect continuous tense, we wish to emphasize the length or duration of the action. This lesson was brought to you by the Central School of English, an English school in Dublin. For more lessons, go to centralschool.ie.